Right, I'm just going to do a separate vlog. I think I'm going to do a separate vlog on a couple of guests that we've got staying with us. I like to call our people guests because you know I think that's what you are. So some of you may recognise this gentleman here, Bob, and some of you may recognise
Jenny,
and I'm sure many of you will recognise Bobby.
Bobby, you're on camera.
This little fluff ball here. So Bob and Jenny have sort of been with us for came yesterday too.
Came yesterday. Yesterday. Well, this is our second night. Yeah.
And obviously the weather's not been fantastic because obviously it's that time of year.
It's March, isn't it? Yeah.
But what do you think of our little campsite?
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
Yeah,
we had a very good night's sleep last night.
So
which I think is always a good sign. Yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice and peaceful. And
did you hear the aerial manoeuvres last night?
well, we heard some of the fighter jets.
Yeah, that was earlier this morning, though, wasn't it?
Was I didn't know. I'm a night bird, but they were up literally midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
But I think we've gone airbase nearby, and they've been doing some. Anyways, so it's a quiet site unless you've got aerial.
I slept through it anyway.
Aerial manoeuvres in the dark, pigeons. Pigeons are noises. Ones. So
I normally hear the wood pigeons. Isn't it?
Cooing away.
Hey,
Poppy,
you can hear
what are you doing?
Poppy.
Hey, little girl. So I was just going to have 5 minutes with you. So just tell me a little bit about yourselves. I'm going to rewind the clock.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how did you both meet? I'm assuming it's a few years ago.
You are going back a few years ago.
We met in St Albans, didn't we? At a disco in
the old Albanians Rugby Club.
Yeah.
In 1972.
In 1972.
Yeah.
And then
this is like an anniversary quiz, isn't it?
That's right. See if you can answer it correctly. Yeah, so when I was still at school then, doing my A-levels, you'd started work for the
Post Office Telecommunications, as they were then.
Later became BT, so what happened after that?
I remember you in the tight trousers, but we won't talk about that.
And you said, I'll come round and meet you tomorrow afternoon. I'll come round to your house, right? Mm-hmm. So you came over to St Albans where I lived. You couldn't remember whether I lived in Woodstock Avenue or Woodland Drive.
Wood something.
Yeah, but you met the vicar, didn't you?
Yeah.
On his bike.
Yeah. And
asked, did he know somebody called Jenny who lives in
Wood something.
Wood something, and he did.
Yeah.
And it turned out in the end he was the one that married us in 1977. So you believe in fate.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you hadn't spoken to him, maybe you'd never have found the house, and we'd never have.
No, we'd never started a YouTube channel.
No, we'd never. Yeah, so that's how we met. Yeah. Then you carried on working for BT for several years. Yeah. I started working with my dad, and I don't know if you've heard of Sage Accounts.
Yeah.
We were business.
A lot of campsites used it.
We're business partners for them. Then you joined us, didn't you? Because we were getting more and more computer-based things that we had to do, and installing networks and servers and all that. So then I started writing database front ends for Sage, and that went on 20 years. Did we do that?
20 odd years, yeah.
And this week, today, somebody contacted us about one I wrote in 2010.
Was it line 50?
Yes.
They did rename it, didn't they, shortly before we finished.
Just as Sage Accounts, and now because it's all online, all in the cloud.
Yeah,
but,
that's right.
No, we did that for several years in Letchworth, weren't we?
Yeah. And it's been 6 years since we started YouTube, which is quite incredible, really.
Yeah, and when we started filming, to film our own trips.
Yeah.
That's how it started. Yeah. We thought, rather than just take photos, we'll make videos. So we did. And then to our amazement, people started watching them. We went to the Harrogate show with Bob and Aileen, didn't we? Because they had the stall. Yeah. And we thought, well, we'll just film something.
I put a GoPro on a head cam, and I'm wandering around with the camera on my head. And every time I turn my head, because the camera's going all over the place.
And then we went to the Peterborough show. We did the same, didn't we? Yeah. Filmed a couple of our tours and found people watching us. So we carried on, didn't we? Yeah. We're still doing it today.
Yeah, amazing.
And they've just reached, I do believe, in the last few days, 30,000 subs, which
That's
is
right.
absolutely amazing.
Incredible, really.
Yeah. Sorry. If you haven't met these two before online, I will put a link in the description.
Okay, thanks.
I'm sure you will have done. But 30,000 subs.
Yeah.
So your camper van exploits, does that originate from camping, caravaning, motorhoming? Where does the caravan come into your life?
We went straight into motorhoming. We used to do cottages, like a lot of people probably did, hired cottages, for sort of a couple of weeks or whatever. It was starting to get expensive because what we were doing, we would go into a campsite, say in Applecross. I think that's where we got the idea.
Cottage, not a campsite.
Sorry, cottage in Applecross, and we were going from the cottage out to somewhere and then going back and then going back, backwards and forwards all the time. And just thought this is nonsense, really. We could be going different places, one at a time. And we saw a few people in a motorhome. We thought that seems like
a good idea.
Seems like a good idea. Perhaps we'll give that a go. It took a few years, didn't it?
Yeah, we borrowed one, didn't we? Hired one.
Yeah, we hired one.
That was the first, because I thought, I'm not sure about this, and we hired one, and they booked the sites for us, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a little trip.
Little trip round from
that was through the
Lake
Caravan
District.
and Motorhome Club.
Yeah, and then we went to Hawes in it, didn't we? And then came back, and I thought, really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
So
it was just the freedom of being able to have everything with you and go where you wanted to go.
That's right. Yeah.
Just really appealed to us. Yeah.
And have you ever thought about stopping motorhoming? I don't know, going in a canal boat or getting a caravan, going to the dark side, getting a wobble box, shall we say? Have you ever thought about anything? Or are you happy with your motorhome?
I'm happy with the motorhome because the way we use it, it's quite flexible. We can we can use it as a caravan when we go to Somerswood for the site, so we leave it there, we bring our little car with us, so some people call that reverse caravanning. Yeah. But then when we go over to the continent, we just take the motorhome. Yeah. So I think you've got more flexibility than if we just had a caravan and a car.
Yeah, I mean, I've sort of realised that caravans suit some people better than others, and we tried to hire a caravan a little while back. Not hire, we tried to borrow a caravan from Bailey's. We've borrowed Bailey motorhomes before, and we thought it might be an idea to borrow a caravan. And COVID came along, one thing and another, and we never did it.
No.
So we've never tried caravanning, which is bizarre.
No, although we, often go with Bob and Ailey, or Glenn and Sharon, because they've got caravans, so we know what it's all about. Yeah. But
we have done narrowboating. We used to do that quite a lot as well. That was something that appeals to us, but I'm not absolutely sure I want to be on a narrowboat in the middle of winter.
No.
So, but I know they've got heating and all that sort of thing, and I've no doubt there's someone watching this who's got a narrowboat. They're going to say, "What are you talking about?"
So it is funny because there are a number of similarities between the narrowboating community and the motorhome. Obviously, the
well, a lot of the sinks and the fridges and all the paraphernalia is very similar.
Absolutely, So I've known some people I've spoken to have come from narrowboating to motorhoming, and some people have gone from camper vans to motorhomes, and I've got people who've gone from motorhomes back to camper vans. It's really interesting doing this job because you get to meet so many people.
It'd be really nice to be able to try all of them. I think, and it's something we've never really done. Like I say, never tried a caravan. We have tried a narrowboat.
I borrowed a camper van for a weekend.
Oh,
didn't we?
That's right.
But they couldn't arrange the insurance, so we couldn't drive it.
So we borrowed one, but we've never driven one. So if anyone wants to lend us a camper van that we can drive, that would be good.
We wanted to see whether it made a lot of difference, it being narrower than the motorhome around some of the narrow lanes. But we couldn't drive it anywhere, but never mind.
One day maybe.
So I'm just going to touch down on YouTube and your channel, because obviously as your channel grows, you're privileged to get offers to like product reviews and to sample things and campsites and try motorhomes and things like that. Because the people who offer you things like that can see the value that you've got. They can actually get out of it. And obviously, I was watching you recently getting a little bit frustrated where you've been reviewing power banks, just as an example, and then by the sounds of it, you've been getting a bit of negativity.
Oh yeah, particularly with power banks. I think the trouble is that there's a lot of reviews of power banks. Now the problem is we get offered a power bank and we think, well, that's a good idea to review. We don't know how many other people are going to be offered the same power bank. So
it comes across to other people that they've given all these power banks to YouTubers and they're all doing a review at the same time.
Yeah,
and what you don't like is people say, oh, you're only saying it's good because you've been given it for free.
Yeah.
And well, we wouldn't be able to review it, would we?
No, I know, and it's interesting. We're talking to Dan about this. I mean, sometimes you could just say if something was really rubbish, not bother reviewing it at all. Because who'd want to review something that was no good or didn't work or was rubbish? You'd make a pointless video, wouldn't it? So often things we get are good because the company just want to put their good products out in front of people. So sometimes it comes across a bit, I suppose, as we're only reviewing good things, but we do try and point out what's wrong or what doesn't work about it, how it could be better. So we do try and give an honest review when we do power bank or other types of reviews.
So, on a personal level, I would say to you to carry on with your reviews. And any negativity, just ignore, because at the end of the day, if you don't want to watch it...
No, don't watch it.
Just don't watch it.
Really watch people watch it if they're not interested.
No, but a power bank, whether it be a Jackery, an EcoFlow or a whatever brand, they are all the same. But new names come about and they'll be heard of.
Yeah, that's right. And they all have a different feature or a different power level or something like that.
So even though you may think, oh, we've done another power bank, as far as myself as a viewer goes, well, I've not heard of that company before.
No, that's right.
Or whatever. And say we're all. I don't know whether you've got your Fitfills on at the moment, but I think there's so many YouTubers are wearing Fitfills, but. Yeah. 6 months ago, I'd never even heard of them.
No, that's right.
And I'm not just saying it, but these, I genuinely, my Fitvilles are absolutely battered. And
the thing about Fitville is they haven't spent an absolute fortune on billboards, on TV advertising, and that sort of thing. But they've given free product away in review for exposure for their product. So, but
they are a good product. But with your power banks. I say to you, you carry on flipping doing them, and even if it's very, very similar to another one, it's only the same as a light bulb. A light bulb's a light bulb, but there's all different brands.
That's
all different brands, and it's brand awareness, isn't it? So take the positivity out of it. And the one that's I think it's coming around to a lot of people at the moment. Do you get torches offered?
We have done before.
We did a series of torches, didn't we? But no, we don't. We're still using those torches. They've been really good. What were they? Now I've got to remember the name now. But they've been good, But we haven't had any recently. So,
no. I've just had a couple. I mean, obviously, my channel's quite tiny, but I've just had a couple of torch people. But I've declined one and accepted one. And then I had a CCTV company. Wanted me to do a product, but it would only be available to buy in America. And I said, I think it's 1% of my viewers are America, and they said, well, we'll still send you. And I said, no,
there's no point. It's got to be here.
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing is, we do turn down reviews as well. I've just turned down a fat bike review, haven't I?
Yes, because
we've done it, and it's sort of. Who needs two bikes?
Well, we need to do a challenge here, you two, don't you? So you've got your little bikes, but now we need to see you out on a big bike each, isn't it? Well, I'm sure one day somebody's going to bring out an electric tandem, Bob, and
if anyone's watching who does an electric tandem fat bike.
You can fit a dog on as well.
With a dog basket on the front or the back,
but as I say, I get upset when I see other people getting upset about criticism that they've done, and I have to delete things on my own channel and remove people. And it just makes you wonder what's going on up there and everything. But good on you two. And if you do product reviews, Bloody well do it. And I will swear on my channel occasionally. So plans for 2023, because we're at the early part. What are you up to?
Well, next month we're doing what I call like an A1 tour. We're going from Knaresborough down to Peterborough eventually for the National Motorhome Show. May we go to Scotland, don't we? Mainly
with
around
Glenn and Sharon.
around the Fort William area. We're going on the Jacobite train again.
So hopefully we'll be able to see out the window this time.
That's right, because it poured the rain last time, so we're looking forward to some good weather for that.
Yeah.
Then June is round going to the Isle of Wight, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never been to the Isle of Wight.
Yeah, so that's June. July, we're going, at the end of July, we start a month tour of Scotland. We're going right the way up to the Orkney Islands. Then in September, we're doing our Euro tour with Posh Cats, aren't we?
2 weeks into Europe.
Then we're back to the NEC again. Then it's into November, isn't it?
It'll be another year gone, won't it?
Another year gone,
Yeah,
so it's quite well, got quite a lot on.
Yeah.
Go home for sort of like a week or so, and then we're off again.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So the next question, because we were just sort of touching down your database background, who does the planning?
Me.
I thought you might say that.
No, I've actually, I've written for myself a little database, haven't I, so that I can record where we're going, especially if we're not doing club sites so much. You know, if you're going with the Caravan and Motorhome Club and you're doing a whole tour, you can look on the bookings on there to see it. But if we're going to all different sites,
which we're doing more of now,
I sort of record that, we start this date, we're going there, and I did make one mistake, didn't I?
Did you?
North Leedig, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, you had to phone up because I booked it.
Oh, that's right. You booked a day too long, didn't you?
And I booked this myself on one site and another site for the same day.
Yeah.
So I had to correct that, but no, I keep records like that.
Yeah.
So it's actually just from a campsite warden confession sort of things. What it is not uncommon for people to arrive a week or 2 weeks early, where they've just got everything mixed up, or to arrive a week late,
or on the wrong campsite,
and totally on the wrong. We have got another Nurseries. That's happened 4 times last year here. And with you being so busy, at least, Bob, you can blame somebody else, can't you?
That's true.
Right,
that's true. I just do the driving.
Well, I have to remind you where we're going, don't I?
Yeah, that's why she answered the question about where we're going.
You said we were going to Wales, and we haven't booked anything in Wales.
No, really ought to go to Wales, shouldn't we?
Richard, really,
So again, one thing that fascinates me or I enjoy about your channel is you do get around all of the UK.
Yeah.
Because the UK is such a big place. And really diverse. If you say you go to Orkney at one end, you've got the south coast of Cornwall, the Devon at the other end. I've never been over on the east coast until last year.
Funny enough, this is one area we've not really been to, is the east coast.
I mean, briefly did Lincolnshire, didn't we?
We went
south of it.
Yeah, I can't think where we went, but
something like Old Leek, was it called? Long Acres.
Long
Acre.
Park. Tranquil Park, But we haven't really explored this area, and definitely want to come back here. So definitely come back to the
If you want to come back to the Nurseries, come and say. So of the UK places that you've been to, what area of Britain? Well, no, that's the United Kingdom, the Union. Which area would you say is your favourite?
Scotland.
I suppose so. It almost. I don't know, for the scenery, it's an obvious choice, but I do rather like Wales as well.
Yeah. And we quite like Northern Ireland,
Northern Ireland was really good. It's really opened our eyes to Northern Ireland.
But I think the Scottish Highlands, I mean, we've been so many times, haven't we? But you still think, wow, when you get up there. So
I went working in southwest Wales 2 seasons ago, right in the middle of nowhere.
All right.
But Wales, again, is a very, 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 very diverse place.
Yeah.
So I was gobsmacked at how many people from South Wales were holidaying with us.
Yeah.
And the rivalry between South Wales and North Wales, I was totally unaware of. And you've obviously got the Brecon sort of middle region.
Aberystwyth, and so that's a place that needs exploring as well around there.
Yeah, but as I say, it was a complete eye opener. Being in a part of Wales I've not been before, not far from Aberystwyth, about an hour away. A place called Newcastle Emlyn.
Oh yeah.
And as I say, virtually probably 75% of our guests were from South Wales.
Yeah.
Which I just was, and there's nobody from England,
No,
so
it's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost an unexplored country, isn't it?
Yeah. So I will. Sorry, I said to Bob and Jenny, I'll give this about 10 minutes. I'm just looking at this. This is
20 minutes.
20 minutes and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say thanks ever so much for taking your time. They should have been with us not a year ago, but last summer, and it didn't happen.
Problem,
But thanks for coming, and you'll always get a very warm welcome here. So we'll always be able to accommodate you and everything like that if you want to come back. And that's a little bit.
Yeah, and thank you, Neil, for inviting us.
No. Well, thank you to my boss for allowing me to have the privilege. I keep going. I don't know if I'm tired, but last week I keep going. Well, thank you to John, my boss, who's allowed me to do these invites. So it's you can see the benefit of it.
It's been helpful, and if you do get a chance, come and visit the nurseries at Mumby.
Wonderful. Which I'm going to ask a question. Had you ever heard of Mumby before?
No.
So this time last year, I was working for a well-known holiday company, and it was a job from hell, and I needed to get out of it. And spoke to John, my boss, about this job that had come up, and I said, "I'll take it."
Yeah.
Right. He said, "Well, how long are you going to be?" I said, "I'm going to do 2 weeks' notice and all that." So it was all done, and I said, "Where are you?" And he turned around and said, "Mumby." I said, "That's fine." And I said, "Where is it?" I had no idea where it was.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's so quiet here. Definitely.
Yeah, it's, as I say, you're in this very peaceful part of the East Coast, and it's somewhere I've been a little bit gobsmacked, to be honest, at how nice it is over here. Have you ever done Northumberland, out of curiosity?
Yes. Up at
Beagle Bay.
I do remember you did some vlogs up there, didn't you?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
I completely forgot the campsite names.
It's Beagle Bay.
Beagle Bay,
and Dunstan
Hill.
And River Breamish.
Yeah.
I went. I worked at a place called Hadrian's Wall Campsite.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Near Holtwhistle.
Yeah.
And the day I started my job, the day I went to start my job, was the day we went on lockdown.
Oh no.
And it was just like the most surreal 3 months. 7.5 acres. Just me.
Nothing happening.
Well, just me.
Yeah.
And it's this time of year, and watching spring unfold, and obviously everything got weird with COVID. But I'd never really explored Northumberland before, and I absolutely fell in love with Northumberland. I really did.
Yeah, definitely.
We've been to the campsite, the camping and caravanning club site at Holtwhistle.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's quite a big one, isn't it? Yeah.
But Hadrian's Wall, we've been along, haven't we? Some of the forts. And,
All sing of Vindaloo. It's not Vindaloo.
No.
I was probably 10 minutes from my campsite. So if you ever go there, there's a campsite called Hadrian's Wall Campsite. Stephen Tracy own it, a lovely couple. It's a brilliant campsite and everything. Right, enough of me waffling. Guys, thank you ever so much for joining us, and have a safe journey, and we'll look forward to watching your exploits on YouTube, and watching what's going to be your next big milestone. 35,000, 40, 50,000?
Don't know, really. 31,000 would be nice.
31,000, but congratulations on that, and congratulations on your channel. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.